Fellas, thanks George. Leeds United will be happy with their work, but this tie is still there to be won and lost. 2-2 on aggregate. I'll tell you something, the other League One chairman will be wanting Carlisle to win, won't they? Because Leeds is a bumper crowd every time they're in town in this division.
Oh, not half. They take a huge following, don't they, everywhere they go. But they've battled their way back into this tie.
Good performance by Leeds United tonight. Certainly an improvement on their slightly disappointing display on their home ground on Monday. Here's Kilkenny looking for a 1-2 straight away at the start of the second half. No changes yet from either side. Carlisle looking for their third promotion in the last 4 seasons. Leeds haven't been promoted since Howard Wilkinson was in charge back in 1990, 18 years ago. David Raven for Carlisle United. Douglas is in the way. He's been a quiet, authoritative figure in that midfield, sitting deep in the first half. Jonathan Douglas.
He has had a very quietly effective game, hasn't he? They've retained the ball much better than they did in the first leg. John Ward, he won't be panicking because his Carlisle team are behind. He's got extensive playoff history, hasn't he? He knows exactly what it's like.
Friedman, and Westwood is stretched into the save. Ball was given away by Carlisle there.
Yeah, they've got to be careful, Carlisle. Just, we saw in the first half, switch off for a second. They can take advantage, Leeds. It takes a little bit of a deflection. Really could have gone anywhere.
It came off Murphy, didn't it? And that made it a harder save for Westwood. Rich Wilkinson relieved to see him grab it. He was the player whose rather errant ball gave it away. A half-hearted appeal for a handball against Richardson, but only by a couple of the Carlisle players. It's Hackney again. Looks the danger man in terms of maybe setting something up down the left-hand side. Neil Kilkenny. Johnson wanted it and didn't get it. Howson. Freeman's little flick on was easily cut out, and then Pratton from a long way away, and a long way wide as well.
Slightly ambitious, wouldn't you say?
I wonder what he said at half-time, John Ward. Seen it all in football, really, hasn't he?
Well, he has, and as I said, he's been in these situations in playoffs many times before. He won't be panicking. He'll be trying to transmit that through to his players.
He was Graham Taylor's assistant, wasn't he, for quite a few seasons early on in his management life.
Yeah, I think you can tell as well sometimes in his man management skills. Absolute gentleman as well.
Clever little header, wasn't it, by Huntington to find Mika Leek, his defensive partner. Bit of a miscue from Lumsden. It isn't the easiest of pitches here, and players have made that point. The Carlisle boys were saying they really liked the surface they played on at Leeds, which suited them. Is Beckford. Nice turn from him. Beckford looking to invent something himself.
He's almost been starved of opportunities in this match, hasn't he? And I think that's really what makes his mind up to go solo here. Decides, I'm going to have a shot. Quite a while since he had one. But he's got to stay patient.
Just a reminder, and I know you've heard this a few times, but it's worth making the point again. Away goals do not come into it in the playoffs. This tie is level in every sense. And if it remains level, we'll go to extra time and then penalties to sort it out. It will be sorted out tonight. Murphy. Raven pushing forward his bridge. Wilkinson hasn't been quite so influential tonight as he was at Ellen Road. He's maybe a little wiser to deploy. Falls nicely here for Smith. Hackney took a deflection, did it? The cross, no, just gone straight behind. Goal kick.
Oh, I think that's a little bit of the difference in this second game. The quality in the final third has not particularly been with Carlisle, and that's what Gary McAllister was complaining about of his own team at Ellen Road.
Gary remembers the good times at Ellen Road. He captained them to the Championship of England in the last season before the Premier League. Friedman. Do have the option of Trezor Candle from the bench. Leeds as well, but no thoughts of changing anything at the moment.
I think that might be a plan B for them if things turn a little bit. He was a handful when he came off the bench.
Raven turned well to push him further forward in this half. Smith with the cross, good one towards Graham! Oh, and that's so easily could have been Carlisle back in front.
Oh, once he gets up above the defender here, Danny Graham, his eyes will be lighting up. Really, what a great opportunity that is.
Well, he looked odds on to score to me there. It didn't happen, but Hackney chasing this anchor Grant and grab this one. Danish goalkeeper.
But again, just gives the home supporters something to get their teeth into, doesn't it? Just raise the volume. We've seen all kinds of wonderful atmospheres all around the country during these playoffs. Leeds scoring that early goal just muted this home crowd a little bit.
There's so much on these games. You're nervous watching it as a neutral. Goodness knows what it's like to be a fan of one of the two clubs.
Emotional.
Friedman still in play. Beckford. Kilkenny, disappointing. Nice setup by Leeds, though.
Well, he may well bite his thumb because he has got a really, really good strike in that right foot of his, Neil Kilkenny. But as he strikes it, slashes right across it and pulls it. But this is the header where Danny Graham, having got up there, you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to guide it back into the corner, but he doesn't get the direction on it.
A moment to free the nerves of Leeds supporters, that. There may be more at both ends. Here's David Prutton. Slightly overran it, but it bounced his way. Prutton ploughs on down that side, but Dobie got back to win it back for Carlisle, importantly too.
Super defending, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure John Ward will want him further forward than that, and having less defending to do.
Kilkenny, you said he can hit them with the right foot, and he definitely can, but he's not done it the last two times.
I don't know, there was a lot of power in it, weren't there? No, he's capable of hitting the target from there. By his own high standards, that's pretty poor.
Only the one goal this season for Kilkenny, who arrived for £150,000 in January from Oldham Athletic. He lost here with Oldham right at the start of this season. He's winning tonight. Graham with the header. Douglas's speculative ball forward. It's cut out by Murphy. It's Kilkenny again. Quite a bit of space developing in that midfield now.
I think as the game goes on, they'll only get more space out there in the middle third, won't they? As players tire a little bit.
Foul on Douglas, free kick Leeds. Players only too happy, Don, to carry on with the training, with the playoff incentive. Of course, a lot of the other clubs and players are off on the beach in the south of Spain or somewhere now. This ball's played in way too long.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of boys out on the beach that will wish they were back here and involved. That is the carrot for extending their season further, isn't it? The prize at the end of it is huge for both of these clubs.
Leeds League One playoff semi on a knife edge at the moment. Lumsden takes it quickly. Here's Evan Horwood. Good deep ball. And it was aimed towards Smith, who was arriving. And Dobie as well. Raven. Cut out by the goal scorer. Horwood. Hackney trying to cut off the supply of crosses from him, Leeds. That will be important that they succeed in that job. Grant Smith. Murphy. Not too long for Dobie, who's going to go and fetch it. Can they give another golden chance to Danny Graham, their top goal scorer? Graham will be kicking himself. He didn't put that one away, won't he? A couple of minutes ago.
He may well rue it. He might be thinking about it if Leeds go on and win this tie.
Carlisle need a goal, and they've only failed to score at home twice all season against the two automatically promoted clubs, Swansea in a 0-0 draw and Nottingham Forest, who won 2-0 here. It was one of only 3 home defeats suffered by Carlisle.
It's a hat-trick they won't want, isn't it? Not being able to score at home. An awful lot of attempts at Ellen Road the other night. It was what was very, very noticeable at both ends of the pitch. Carlisle dominated in the early stages and were getting shots off. They sat back in the last half an hour. That's when Leeds overtook them on the shots and attempts on target statistic. Nowhere near as many shots today in tonight's game.
Can anybody get the ball on the floor? Not even Dougie Freedman.
It's Leeds are completely dominating, isn't it, in the attempts? 4 times worked Kieran Westwood, man of the match from the other night. It's noticeable, I was going to say. You can hear the crowd just starting to get involved. They're just realising how much these players need that support. Makes a huge difference.
Doing the pressing, Leeds fancying maybe they could hit Carlisle on a break. Dobie with a good run. Very strong, Bradley Johnson. Good defending from him. He's gone as far as David Raven, though. Lumsden with the cross in towards Graham, but Ankergren's got that one. Freedman. Beckford to his left. Kilkenny arriving. Here is Beckford. Looking to bend another one, and again the radar not quite set right.
A little nod there. Dougie Freedman picks him out. Good awareness from Freedman, but once again only one thing in Jermaine Beckford's mind, and that is getting the shot off, which he does. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to whip his foot around it and bend it into this corner. Not quite enough on it.
Promoted last season, wasn't he? On loan at Scunthorpe.
Exceptional season for them, didn't he? Lots of people asking the question why he was allowed to be on loan at Scunthorpe when Leeds were fighting a relegation battle.
A relegation battle they didn't win. A reminder that this is Leeds' first ever season in the 3rd tier. They're anxious to get away from it. Carlisle fans really trying to rally behind their side. The manager saying in the newspaper, I want you to shout yourselves hoarse tonight in the way the Bristol City fans and Hull fans have done in the last couple of nights.
I think everybody here was stunned by that opener from Leeds, weren't they, so early in the game. Just what the doctor ordered from a Leeds perspective. Not if you're anything to do with Carlisle.
Mikalik scoring, clearing it rather, towards Beckford.
Alan Wiley's given a free kick against Jermaine Beckford. Slightly late in the tackle.
Just a feeling of Leeds sitting back a little more in the second half, Don.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's by design, but certainly Carlisle pushing much further forward. And more of the ball in the final third.
Let's see, but there was some pushing going on, and Leeds will get the free kick. I tell you something, if Carlisle do get a goal here, I think you'll hear the roar in Glasgow.
Yeah, you will, but the skipper should know better. He's clearly got his arms all round Huntington. He's never, ever going to get away with that. Alan Wiley telling him to calm down.
Wins the header. Dobie's on the chase. Bradley Johnson gets it away from him.
No chance is going to be taken, are there? Rosette. It's the order of the day when you're under a bit of pressure.
Interestingly, Carlisle have not practiced penalties in training. Leeds most definitely have. The two managers confirming that to us free kick-off. Will it come to that?
They're pressing, aren't they? They're just applying that little bit more pressure, Carlisle, in these last 10 minutes. They've got a very, very good situation.
It's a good spell for Carlisle. They've carved out one chance, big chance for Danny Graham. Is something else on the way for them? Simon Hackney's going to hit this with this good left foot of his.
Lots of movement going on in that penalty area.
Hackney, it's a bit of a disappointing one really. It had no pace and was neither fish nor foul.
He's had a disappointing night in terms of his crossing. Put a couple in the stands earlier on in the match. That one straight into the big keeper's arms.
He did score in the 3-1 win over Leeds here earlier in the season, Hackney. Another time he got 2 in 4 minutes at Port Vale. Huntington still playing to a chorus of boos. But as Don Goodman's been telling you, he doesn't seem ruffled in any way. I think he knew it was coming tonight.
Yes, nothing is more certain than that.
Johnson with a header towards Howson. Carlisle have redoubled their efforts, you sense, in this second half. They know that one goal can take them to Wembley. And in their case, it would be for the first time in 11 years since they played there in an autoglass final. They have played in LDV finals in Cardiff in recent seasons, but that's not Wembley.
No. They will be aware. Still plenty of time to get that goal. It's very, very pensive, doesn't he? I wonder if he's thinking about substitutions yet.
Fraser Richardson for Leeds. Beckford waiting in the middle with Friedman in predatory fashion. Here's Richardson's cross. Hammered away by Smith. Kilkenny, good looking ball that. Beckford! Good understanding between the midfield player and his striker there.
Absolutely. Watch Beckford's movement at the top of your screen there. Darts in behind, you can see he's just trying to wrap his foot around it. Just slips at the crucial moment. Good movement from Jermaine Beckford.
He used to be on Chelsea's books when he was a boy, Beckford. Murphy to chase it. Goalkeeper comes and gets it.
It's a good starting position, wasn't it? Kaskar and Kagrin.
Bratton's header forward. Grant Smith with a header in midfield for Carlisle United. Lumsden, and good ball. Flag stays down, but it will be Ankergren. Eventually it does go up. That was late, wasn't it?
Well, I think he was waiting, to be honest. He was waiting to see if the ball came through all the way to Ankergren. He's just strayed off. He is well off, and he just waits to see the assistant and raises the flag eventually.
To be fair, he got it spot on.
They seem they've got all the decisions perfectly correct tonight, haven't they?
Play on, says the referee here. Friedman lays it wide. Kilkenny to slide one in. Very good block, Murphy. There's more trouble coming though. Richardson, Beckford couldn't get there because Raven got it away, and Carlisle are going to get a free kick to end that attack.
Alan Wiley spotted something, maybe a push by Beckford. Pulled the play right back.
Big day on Saturday on Sky Sports. Rochdale and Darlington, with Darlington 2-1 up. That's noon. Sky Sports 1, HD1, followed by the FA Cup final. A couple of shots this year. Can Cardiff spring one against Portsmouth? That's from 2 o'clock, same channels. And stay tuned for the second leg of Stockport and Wickham in League Two. Feisty and good game, the first one ending 1-1. Here come Leeds again. Next goal here goes without saying, almost absolutely crucial. Who, if anyone, can get it? Here's Friedman looking to thread one through for Howson.
Once again, it's only needs decent ball in there. It could have been in. It's good passing and movement.
Douglas, the referee Alan Wiley said no. Hackney on his latest mazy run down the left-hand side. Good-looking ball. Bridge Wilkinson. Chance Carlisle. But blocked by Mikalik.
Good strong defending, isn't it? Needed to be, and it was.
Good move though, that from Carlisle. We're just asking a question or two in this second half.
It was better from Simon Hackney, wasn't it? Got the end product to his good play.
Kilkenny having his shirt ripped off almost by Smith, but the referee plays a good advantage. What an argument this has been over the two legs between Carlisle United and Leeds United. Carlisle storming into a 2-goal advantage at Ellen Road. Leeds fighting back in the 96th minute to make it 2-1 going into this one. And then local boy Johnny Howson on the ball there, getting the vital goal for Leeds tonight to square it all up again.
It's been thrilling, hasn't it? Absolutely thrilling all the way through from the first minute of the first leg.
Bratton won the header. Referee Alan Wiley has kept the cards in his pocket tonight. He's only produced one red card in 30 Premier League games this season.
Has he been lucky?
You tell me.
I think he's one of those referees that likes to let the game ebb and flow, and often common sense prevails.
He is the referee who was involved in that contretemps many years ago with David Prutton, which ended up with Prutton getting a 10-game ban in his Southampton days, but all forgotten now, I'm sure, except by us apparently.
We won't Won't care, will he, David Prutton? It's a long time ago. Learnt him a valuable lesson. And he's moved on.
It's Kilkenny. Been at the heart of most things in the second half for Leeds. Now Kilkenny. Douglas. Now Richardson. It's just too long a disappointing final ball. He acknowledges as much to his teammates.
He's getting a bit of advice from Gary McAllister on the side there. Into that crucial last 20 minutes. Dilemmas start to come in, don't they? Just how far do you push it in order to try and get a winner?
No changes in the castle as yet. Good ball, Friedman to Beckford. Richardson, Friedman near post. He wanted it near post, he didn't get it, Friedman. And his head just sagged for a moment that it didn't arrive where he'd made the run. That's interesting attack from Leeds, and they're still not finished. Kilkenny, there's that ball again, good one. Howson. Just inventing little angles. Kilkenny, better spell this for Leeds. Here they come again, lovely passing. Prutton, blocked. Wonderful move by Leeds, maybe the move of the match.
Oh, there's no question about it being the move of the match. Absolutely brilliant football all round.
Well, it was a move fit to take any side to Wembley, but good goalkeeping. Johnson. And Livesey hacks it away. It's coming back, though.
He chose the low route, didn't he, Bradley Johnson? The players queuing up at the far post for him.
Inside the last 20 minutes. Remember, extra time and penalties if it stays like this. If. It's quite a big if, isn't it?
Well, you do feel there's going to be chances, at least one or two, before the final whistle goes here. Prutton must have thought he was in a great position to score the winner here, but look at the build-up. It's a super give and go between Kilkenny and Howson, and there Kilkenny feeds it in, and that's fantastic defending. I think it's Peter Murphy, isn't it, that gets across, gets the block on.
I think
It's
it was
Livesey,
Livesey,
actually, yeah, captain. The captain's block.
Bridge Wilkinson! In the end, it skewed quite a long way wide, but for a moment you wonder if the net was going to bulge here from Mark Bridge Wilkinson.
Well, it was route one, but when it drops at his feet, we've seen him strike the ball in from that kind of range before. Just pulls across it, and again, disappointing thing is he hasn't hit the target, and he knows goes down as a half a chance. It's opening up a bit, isn't it?
Bridge Wilkinson scored twice against Leeds already this season. Definitely the hint of an opportunity. In fact, opportunities at both ends in the last minute or so.
You're right, you said about 10 minutes ago how Kilkenny was getting more and more on the ball, and he is.
There is so little between these two sides, and you will feel sorry for whoever's season ends tonight.
Well, in reality, they've both had fantastic seasons. Carlisle United, who would have expected them to push the way they did? Leeds to recover a 15-point deficit is wonderful.
Forward to Hackney, whose control was good. Friedman just let the ball run across him cleverly. Douglas. Kilkenny. Douglas has continued with his run here, and then Prutton gets it across.
How does this game just ebbs and flows. You just don't know which way it's going to turn. Both looking sharp.
Still no substitutions, both managers conscious that they may be dealing with a 120-minute match here tonight. Friedman, lovely ball, Halson. Disappointment for Leeds, that it looked promising.
Just kept rolling away from Halson, didn't it? Didn't allow him to get full control of the ball.
Douglas. Nelson finds Richardson on this side. Made his debut for Leeds in the UEFA Cup, Fraser Richardson. In different days.
He's seen the good times, hasn't he?
Freeman, lovely little layoff. Beckford again, back to Freeman again. It's Dougie Freeman looking to measure one. Super save again, Kieran Westwood.
Oh, look at his face, Dougie Freedman. He knows how good a save this is, but what brilliant link-up play. Flicks it inside, goes for the return. That's a brilliant touch, and it's a decent strike. Curling into the bottom corner, and Westwood at full stretch just palms that away and leaves Dougie Freedman wondering how.
Veteran of 4 playoff campaigns with Crystal Palace. Douglas was attacking that on the near post. It came off a Carlisle head lasso. Another corner. Inside the last 15 minutes.
Won't leave long for a comeback, will it, if anything were to happen?
Here's the corner. Again, Douglas on that near post. Again, off a Carlisle boot. Last, says Alan Wiley, who had a perfect view.
Well, Neil Kilkenny was jogging back to the halfway line there. I just wonder.
A lot of yellow shirts in there. And the header, oh, from Johnson. And I think that hit the outside of the post and went away, and Leeds' heads were in their hands there.
Well, he just attacks the near post really well, gets up, and oh, that's so close, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant effort from Bradley Johnson. Gets there before Raven, guides it back. Wow. Fine margins, don't they say?
Leeds so very, very close there.
Isn't that what happened to Crystal Palace at around about this time? The penalty miss?
Danny Graham, flag's gone up against him. Carlisle started this half very strongly, but in the last 10 minutes it's been Leeds coming back at them again. So who could predict this? Answer, nobody. Not really.
No, certainly not. So delicately balanced. May just take one moment of magic from somebody out there. There are players out there who have got that ability in them.
One moment of magic, or maybe one mistake, and the players are aware of that too.
Very much so. Any mistake now could be fatal.
Graham, Bridge Wilkinson, oh, he had Hackney and a lot of space on the back post there as well. And that crossbin, a deeper one.
Giving the crowd a lift, as you were saying. Leeds United were the ones asking the questions for the last 10 minutes or so. Carlisle have the opportunity.
Here's the Carlisle corner. Bridge Wilkinson, it's away by Douglas for Leeds United. Bridge Wilkinson can play it back in again, but it's harmless, really.
Looking for Beckford's pace there with the early kick, Ankergren.
Jermaine Beckford, again looking for one of those benders. They haven't quite come off for him tonight.
We've seen him do it before, haven't we? Wrapping that left foot around and bending it into the far corner. he's been immense. Jonathan Douglas in front with his back four, offered him real protection.
It's cut out by Peter Horwood, who's been just about ever present since he arrived from Sheffield United. In fact, also played in the SPL for Gretna on loan this season, just up the road from here.
Calmly done, isn't it, by Leeds at the back there, passing their way forward again.
Freeman looking to just invent something off the outside of the boot. Didn't work that time. I think the idea was that was to spin off the outside of the boot behind him for Beckford to run onto.
Very, very inventive player, Dougie Freedman. When it comes off, it's wonderful. Not frightened to try it.
Carlisle free kick.
He just gets the wrong side here, doesn't he, Paul Huntington? Scott Dobie backs in, stays strong, and Huntington's got his arms around him, pulls him back, and Alan Wiley's on the spot to give it.
The range is about 25 yards. And the wall will have to go back a long, long way from there.
Anxious moments for Leeds United. Fans are parked behind that goal. They're praying it doesn't end up anywhere nestling in that net.
It is Bridge Wilkinson, and the wall does its job. Horwood plays it back into the back post. Pressure still on, and Douglas won the header.
Well, Douglas wanted to win the header, and now, well, what an opportunity to break.
Howson's ball was cut out, which was a shame for Leeds because Beckford was in a lot of space on the right. Goodness me, this is tense. Here's Bradley Johnson, who recently hit the post for Leeds. Experienced Prutton to the less experienced Howson, but experienced enough to come up with the vital goal tonight. Douglas once more takes a deflection, could have gone anywhere, and looped behind for a corner kick.
Well, I'll tell you what, as he strikes this, just watch the reaction from Kieran Westwood. As it gets the deflection, he stays rooted to his line. There's going to be nothing he can do about this. If it drops anywhere on target, Leeds United would take the lead.
I think the goalkeeper was just saying 1,000 silent prayers as that ball was in midair.
I think you're right.
It is a corner which Kilkenny will take for Leeds United. Punch from the goalkeeper, back in by Johnson, bouncing around in there until Murphy scrambles it away. Murphy, the player whose goal took Carlisle back into the Football League. A playoff final with Stevenage. It was only 3 years ago. Here they are, pitching for a place in next year's championship. Kept in play, not another Leeds corner.
You can really cut the tension with a knife, can't you? All around this place. So much to gain and so much to lose.
Two right backs playing the ball between each other there. This is aimed towards Graham Huntington, getting it away. Bit of a mess up, but the referee wants the play pulled back and will give Leeds a free kick here.
Well, he uses his arm, Scott Dobie. Ball bounces up and he handles it. And once again, I have to commend referee Alan Wiley for being in the right position. Only about 5 yards away from that incident.
84 minutes gone, not a single substitution, nor a single yellow card.
Brilliant.
It's a tribute really to the way the players have gone about the job here tonight, isn't it, too, when there's so much at stake.
Absolutely. It's been absolutely fair. even to the point where they kicked the ball out when they didn't have to allow a player to get treatment. It's been excellent. Look at the tension, though.
These games should come with a government health warning, shouldn't they? And it only gets worse for whoever gets to Wembley. Johnson hits it long. What a... I was about to say what a great ball, because it looked like it was going to get to Beck, but it didn't quite. Kilkenny brings it forward. He's been immense in the second half for Leeds, as Kilkenny. Hackney, tricky feet. It's a good play by him. Graham's waiting in the middle. And the cross never gets to him. They haven't got that much supply to Graham.
No, they haven't. Once again, Hackney does some brilliant work, but the end product wasn't there. He's a live wire. He takes a deep breath because he knows got the ability to be the match winner here.
Came from non-league football, Simon Hackney, and a few scouts looking at him. Job for Carlisle to keep hold of him if they don't go up, perhaps.
Watch this space.
Carlisle, by the way, haven't played in the second tier since Bob Stokoe was the manager, 1986. Lumsden played up towards Dobie, but he was backing in.
No, he was offside. I think he started just the wrong side of the defender. Watch as Leeds step up, ball comes forward. He's just a yard offside. Flag in the background, straight up.
Dobie, another one of those who lost with Forest in the semis last year. Don't want that bit happening again. He's playing a more central role now as Scott Dobie. There's Evan Horwood for Carlisle. United again. Bridge Wilkinson looking to measure one. Here's Grant Smith. Chris Lumsden. Probing, Carlisle. Bridge Wilkinson, no, doesn't find its intended target on that far side. Hackney had gone out to the right-hand side from the left at the moment. Lovely control, Fraser Richardson, very cool.
Brilliant.
It's a good ball too, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant play.
Good piece of right-back play, wasn't it, by Fraser Richardson? Friedman. Richardson again. Anything this late is going to be decisive.
You feel that way, don't you? You really do.
Which is not the biggest call in the world since we played 88.5 minutes, but you know what I mean.
It's a pretty safe call, isn't it?
So it's not exactly turning water into wine, that one. Friedman with a little lay-off. Douglas, shot charged down.
Once again, it's Carlisle that are on the back foot in these closing stages.
One goal takes you to Wembley now. Friedman's layoff to Kilkenny. Fraser Richardson. Beckford Howson was arriving. Livesey got it away. But there's more nervous moments for the Carlisle fans coming up as Prutton plays this one in. Livesey gets it away once more. We're nearly up to the extra time. And then Johnson is wide with his left foot volley.
Well, we've seen him rattle a couple of long-range shots in this season, haven't we? He's perfectly entitled to have a go. Bradley Johnson just cuts across it and it fades wide.
He was on the verge of signing for Leicester City when Leeds snapped him up.
Well, they'll be hoping he's not playing them next year then.
As Leicester City, sadly for them, will be in the third tier for the first time next year. Just a minute of added time.
You don't see that very often, do you?
You don't. But hang on a minute. Here's Howson. Can he win it? Yes, he can! Leeds United are on their way to Wembley. Johnny Howson again. The teenager has scored a dream goal to put Leeds United in fantasy land.
Incredible. That's the only word I can say. Absolutely incredible. Sent those travelling fans into ecstasy. And I don't think anybody can deny really that Leeds have been the ones pressing. And that's a lovely little layoff again. And a super strike. This time, left foot again. But it's Dougie Freedman with a cute little layoff. And I think that Kieran Westwood is a little bit unsighted as Howson goes to strike this. And it goes right across him and nestles into the bottom. There you see, can't see the ball, Kieran Westwood. And that's the reason that that ball finds that bottom corner and sends those fans to heaven.
It's a night he is never, ever going to forget as long as he plays football, Johnny Howson. He scored 2 for the club he supported as a boy. The second one right at the death to break Carlisle hearts. And you do feel for the home side here. But here's Murphy launching one forward, and there's a misunderstanding between the goalkeeper and his defence. They might have paid for that on another night.
Well, they may well have done, but you do think that when Ankergren kicks this ball, those people there are going to be celebrating.
The Leeds fans have started a jig of celebration behind the goal to our left. And they're going to party through the night here on the border. Referee's looking at his whistle. He's going to blow. Leeds United are back at Wembley for the first time in 12 years. The club who went through the nightmare of 15 points being deducted will have their day at Wembley with a chance to move into the second tier. And Gary McAllister, who captained them the last time they were there, will lead his side out at the new stadium. But the story here is 19-year-old Johnny Howson with the 2 goals to remarkably turn this tie around. Leeds, who were 2-0 down after that amazing first leg at one point, got a 96-minute goal there and 2 tonight, and poor Carlisle find themselves consigned to another season at this level. What a night, though, for Leeds.
Well, full marks to them. They came here, they had a right go, and they've got their rewards. You have to feel for Carlisle United. But what really I noticed afterwards was that Gary McAllister went straight to Dougie Freedman, involved in creating both of those goals for Howson, and Gary McAllister showed his appreciation.
Well, the Carlisle fans are coming on the pitch. This is not the joyous scenes we've seen at Bristol City and Hull earlier this week, because this time the home side have been beaten. A fantastic season for Carlisle has ended in utter heartbreak. That is such a cruel way to be beaten when there was no time at all to come back.
46 league games, followed by 2 playoff games. They've had a wonderful season, and they should be proud.
That Leeds United will go backstage to a very, very happy dressing room. They're on their way to Wembley and the playoff final. Leeds win here 2-0 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate.